Hey everyone, today I am preparing for the stone base and I'm doing the layout for where I want to put the shed. So right now these four stakes that I have in the ground are the footprint of the new shed, 12 by 16, 12 deep, 16 wide. And what I've done is I looked at the map of the property lines, and it said that this portion of the fence goes up to the property line, and then this fence, my actual property line is where this string line is. So I ran this string line to get a sense of where the actual property line is, because the shed needs to be at least 4 feet off the property line, and technically the old shed was just under that, in this corner right here. So I ran the string line, and this measures exactly 4 feet from the string line to these poles, and I have plenty of room on the other side. The property line actually goes past the fence. The property line is basically at the junction of this box and the back side of this box. So, see, I got plenty of room over here. So what I'm trying to figure out now is, this is pretty much the orientation that the old shed was in, but I'm thinking it's tilted a little too far to make it look correct for this space. And I'm thinking I might twist it so this left corner comes out further, and kind of just rotate it based on that back corner. I think that will look aesthetically better, although it will make it look a little weird because it's going to have an angle on the side here and in the back. But I think that's going to look more aesthetically pleasing, so I'm going to play with that and see what I think. I do have some extra stakes, so maybe I'll put two. I'll leave these and play around with the other set. See if I like that better. Another thing I noticed while I was doing all this is I found another set of concrete piers with bolts in them right at the fence, right here and right here, and those are in line with the other ones. So it makes me think that someone either had a shed here that was much bigger, that went up to almost the property line. Maybe they had to tear it down. It's one of those things that you just never know, or maybe they were planning to build it and just never did. But yeah, so I found those, and that was super weird, and I'm hoping to get my gravel guy to pull those out for me. He said he was going to pull out all of these other ones when he did the gravel base, because he didn't want them popping up. So let me play around with the layout here and see if I'm going to kind of twist this a little further. I will be back. Alright, so I ended up pivoting this by a foot, rotating it by a foot. So basically I'll show you. I mean, it doesn't look like much, but it's going to be tough to do tape measure one-handed, but I'll see what I can do here. So from our property line to the pole, we have exactly 4 feet. Back in the corner, since it pivots from the property line to To the pole we have about 5 feet. From this side, from the fence to the pole, it's just over 5 feet. And in reality, it's about 7 feet to the actual property line. Over on this corner, from the fence to here, it's a little over 6 feet. So rather than being even with the fence on this side and even with the fence on the back side, you can see that there's a trapezoidal shape here. And same with how it will appear over here, both between where the property line is going to be even more exaggerated based on where the fence is located. But I'm kind of standing around and looking at this from a bunch of different angles, and this view here is about directly from the street, in line with the street. The house is at an angle, so I think that looks pretty good from that side. Same with over here. The fence is also at an angle. If I stand roughly in line with the fence, we look like we're pretty even here. And if we go up on the deck, and look down, I think we're pretty good there too. And another reason I like it is if you sight down the neighbor's fence, I guess it's at an angle compared to the neighbor's fence, but this one corner here is not far off from where the neighbor's fence actually is. Kind of tough to see in the camera, but so yeah, you can see it was more even with the fence and property line before. But I think I like this better. So that's what we're going to go with. And also, here's a view from when I'm at the edge of the driveway. So it obviously is not in line with the driveway, it's at an angle, but I think that is a more pleasing looking angle than what it was before. So that's what we're going to go with. And hopefully my stone base guy is coming tomorrow. Don't know what the weather, it's supposed to potentially rain tomorrow, so I don't know if that will stop him from coming out, but we will see. I need to get this marked out just in case he comes. So thanks for watching. Alright, so one last thing I wanted to say that I did is basically I sighted down the poles like that and made a mark on the fence where that mark is, and measured from the fence to the first pole, and I did that on the inner 3 corners. So this one over here, 84 inches from there to the pole. Here it is 64 inches from there to the pole. And over here is 77 inches from there to the pole. And what that'll help me with is locating the shed once the stone base is put down. Obviously I can remeasure all this stuff, but once they pull out the stakes, then my little easy measurement guide is disappears. So yeah, so that's what I did, and that should help locate things after the gravel pad is in, and we can adjust as necessary. Another thing that does give me is between the fence and where the shed will be, I'll have a minimum of 5-foot clearance, even though it's not quite to the property line in that back corner. The fence, like I said, the fence goes beyond the property line, but I will technically have 5 foot of access at the smallest point, and about 5 foot in that corner back edge there, and a little more than 6 foot in this front edge. So I like it.